Hey, we yap a lot at the beginning, so if you don't want to hear that, skip about 3 minutes in.
Hello, welcome back to Refiners, to Aetheral Space 15.
Refiners?
Yeah, attack and defense.
Oh my god, Cultivator? Are you back on your cultivation shit?
Damn, this guy, you forgot Severance already.
Oh, macro data refinement. Sorry, we're on two different wavelengths of refiners. That's fucked up.
Mr. Milchick
I
is
do love
like
Severance.
a refiner in that sense.
Mr. Milchick's like,
Well,
oh,
yes,
you aren't
your
cycling.
callers are not yet high enough level to challenge my orders.
You need to continue cycling your macro data refinement mod.
You need to continue refining your macro data.
Refining my macro data? I miss Madra. I've been... Alright, maybe you viewers can help me. Those who listen or read.
I know
Well,
exactly what
guess
he's going to
listen.
ask, because he keeps asking me
Listen,
this, and I've got nothing to give him.
listen. I need more genre content to read. I've read Cradle. I need good stuff, please. I need
Well, you'll find
anything.
lots
I
of
watched
stuff,
Scissor
but
7.
This is one of the big... I don't want to insult the genre, but it seems like this is one of the genres that attracts a lot of, for lack of a better word, slop.
Sure, yeah, it's like lit RPGs. I get
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
but there's got to be more than there's got to be more good stuff, and I need it. All right, I need it in my veins. I adore the concept of the setting, so if anyone can help me, you'd be rewarded handsomely in the kingdom of heaven. So just think about that.
You have the mandate?
Anyway, let's read a different genre of slop, shall we?
I'll take it. I can take that. I'm strong.
No, you
Bounce
can't.
off. All your attacks bounce off me.
I'm just waiting for Dragon to be like, the system. You have unlocked the system. Is that what Pan is? Is she the system?
I'm fine. And then until you like, and then you go to dark mode on Twitter and it goes like, I'm not fine. And then that is like, shit with me crying.
Display name, period. Profile's black. It says, don't talk to me. The profile, all lowercase.
Don't talk to me, I just unlocked the system. Like, I don't like the genre so much that when like it happens to me in real life, I get depressed. I've got like powers, but I'm sad because it's like cliche.
You know how pathetic it would be if you had like a lit RPG system, but it's your daily life, and it's like, wow, level up doom
I do
scrolling,
not want to
level
see
up
my stats.
procrastinating,
I feel like seeing my stats would lead to a crisis.
level up bullshitting, level up genie
It
exposition.
was like, oh, these are my parameters? These are pretty low, huh?
Well, you are
I'm
what you
missing
eat.
few zeros. What do you mean I am what I eat? That means...
Low stat chaff spawns low.
I love the system, but I'm the lowest ranked user in the world.
Yeah, and it never goes up.
The plus sign of my ascendance to divinity. That'll be the title. Okay, we gotta be getting to the story.
Yeah, we're 3 minutes in. Okay. They awoke without eyes or noses or mouths. They had to borrow all of these things. Eyes adjusted to the light without their input. A nose took in a long breath without their permission. Words trickled out of a mouth without their say-so. What happened? The voice that was not theirs asked. A high voice, the voice of a child. Interesting. Were they children then? Was that the role they occupied? The body they'd been given was small, too. It would make sense. They received more sound through their newly gifted ears. A reply to the question. Yes, they knew this. Call and response. The basis of human conversation. The fog of birth was clearing. Pathways of thought were becoming clear. But yes, the reply. They had to parse and to praise. We think it worked. An older voice, a woman's voice, said soothingly. The burn knocked you out cold, and you'll be off your feet for a few days. But we think you've managed it, Jakob. Jakob? Were they Jakob? Was that their name? Oh, wait. Did Jakob have to aether burn just to make new personalities?
Oh.
The weakest splitter of all time? Kot just does it without thinking. I guess that's why he's the greatest splitter, though, huh? No, Jakob was the name of the body that they occupied. Jakob was the name of their creator. Yes, they knew this. It's noisy in here, Jakob mumbled. Noisy? Could Jakob hear them? Yes, that seemed to be the case. Noisy, though. Did that mean they were multiple people? Yes, they were two, with Jakob making three. As the fog cleared, the distinction between individuals was becoming obvious. It is? It is! See? I understand. Yes, I see what you mean. Why are you talking like that? Like what? The emphasis. It's unnecessary. We're lights of the mind. Our intentions are conveyed through thought. It You don't have to worry about things like emphasis or intonation. You're funny. I am. If we speak the same and act the same, this is no different from a monologue. If we talk different, then that's proof we exist. Differently. What? You said it wrong. You meant, if we talk differently. You're funny. I am. You are. I see. I'll keep that in mind. By the way, who are you? Me? There's some stuff about that here. I guess I'm Attack? Oh, that makes sense. It does? It does. After all, I'm Defense. Do you know what the funny part about this is?
Yeah.
They're fools. They think they have to talk differently to prove they're different. Your text is differently colored. That's how we know.
That's because I overestimated the intelligence of my readers, and I'll never do it again.
I love how this is only a benefit for people who read. This provided no benefit listening, so the intonation did matter. So, who knows? It's all about what's the superior... Will this color even transfer in Royal Road?
Yeah, I have to do it manually, though, which is a pain in the arse, but for my art, I'll do it.
Damn, for his art. Aetheral
Just saying,
Space,
I keep doing this shit. I
15,
keep, when everything's like center text or different colours, I keep having to do it, and I keep making characters do it because I can't help myself.
Attack and Defense. It adds to the story. I think formatting can add a lot. It's fun.
I do love doing funny formatting.
Sorry. Click, click, click. Serena's footsteps echoed throughout the tunnels as she descended. In the distance, behind her, she could hear the sounds of her friends retreating, slowly fading away. That was good, though. That was the right decision. After all, she didn't want them to so much as hear this. The black blur wasn't a complicated thing. It was an Aether Awakening, just another Aether Awakening, but one that had taken its existing ability into overdrive. The original person had possessed the ability to lace their movements and actions with cognito hazards, essentially mind viruses that debilitated their opponents. Once they died and their Aether had gotten back up, that had been taken to the next level. Everything about the Black Flare carried those viruses now. Every noise it made, every move it made, even its appearance was deadly to behold. That was why what Serena was doing was very silly indeed. She was marching down there with open eyes, sword in hand, to slay the monster. In a way, it made sense. Okay, it didn't make that much sense, but it was the only option Serena had. Clearly whoever was behind all of this, probably the AWL, had posted the Black Blur as a guard for something important. If their captors didn't want Serena finding something, that just made her want to find it more. And if that monster was going to stand in her way, she just cut it down. And besides, she had a hunch. A hunch that just might save her. Click, click, click. Serena emerged from the tunnel and out into a larger cave. There wasn't much there. Some more rocks, some rusty old equipment, and the entrance to another tunnel that went further down into the earth. And, of course, there was the Black Blur. There was no grand entrance, no warping of realities that made its presence known. It just stood there, like it had been waiting for her. Perhaps it had, or perhaps it hadn't. Perhaps it didn't even know she existed. Looking at it gave no clue, because there was nothing to look at. Just a blot in space like a burn mark on your eyeballs, a shapeless hostility that hurt to look at. As Serena stared at it, she could already feel it, a tingling in her skull, like spiders were beginning to hatch in there. This wasn't new. It was like what had happened back then had just resumed. It noticed... Serena had no way of knowing if what it did next was an attack, but she responded as if it was. With a swing of her stone sword, she deflected an indistinct whipping motion, and immediately afterwards she hurled the weapon across the room. She had no choice. The sword had become wrong. It looked rough, it felt blinding, it sounded foul, it smelled deafening. Somehow, just by coming in contact with it for a second, the sword had been infected by the Black Blur's curse. If it weren't for Serena's ability, the fight might have been over there and then. Serena's ability... That was the wrong way to think about it, though. Wasn't it? She stomped down on the ground, ejecting a new spear that she caught out of the air. With a wind-stirring twirl, she pointed it dead on at the obfuscated mass. A strained smirk spread across her lips. Serena's ability and Serena herself. There wasn't a distinction between them. I've been thinking. Thinking? I've been doing that too! Don't be sarcastic, I'm being serious. What's sarcasm? I know that you know what sarcasm is. You learned about it at the same time as me. We've got the same eyes and the same ears. Don't play dumb. Oh, right, sarcasm. Yeah, that's not really my thing. Anyway, what were you thinking about? Attack. Yeah? No, I mean the name. Why are you called Attack and I'm called Defense? Do you want to swap? We can swap if you want. No, I just mean, Why are those names? Jakob, Kachin, those are normal names. Attack and defense aren't normal names. Well, I guess that's because it's what we are. How do you mean? Huh? It's like you said, though. We have the same eyes and the same ears. How can I know something that you don't? Defense? I guess. We have the same eyes and the same ears, but we don't have the same heart. So even though we see the same things and hear the same things, we don't understand the same things. Oh, that's nice. Explain it to me. I don't get it. Well, first there was Jakob, right? Jakob can make swords and he can make shields, but his swords aren't as good as mine and his shields aren't as good as yours. So, what? So we just exist to shore up his weaknesses? That kind of pisses me off. Don't swear. Piss isn't a swear. It is! It's marginal. We came from the same place. If I know something's a swear, then you know something's a swear. We have different hearts, though. We just agreed on that. So it doesn't matter what brain we came out of. Who said anything about a brain? Huh? Jakob is asleep right now. His brain is sleeping right now. How are we talking to each other? Well... Yeah? Defense? Explain it to me. I don't get it. Of course! It's the big sister's job to explain things to her little brother. We're still talking because we don't come from the brain. We come from inside the mind. And a mind has light. Serena ran along the wall. Contaminated swords littered the ground, their images slowly decomposing to become new sunspots like melting sugar treats. Oh, so we're getting a little bit more insight into what Aether might be. Light of the mind is literally, and like you mentioned, the twisting ways of thinking, there's literally a light inside your mind. There's like a spark of something, maybe a hint of a soul. Is that where Aether comes from?
Well,
your
the final
soul?
church is like, they're thinking of it as Aether is like your soul, basically. That's what they think.
Oh, maybe we're getting somewhere. Write this down, everybody. Serena tore her gaze away from them. They weren't as bad as the black blur itself, but just looking at them was still enough to beckon a migraine. She had to focus the consciousness she could muster on the blur. The Aether Awakening remained in the center of the room below. It hadn't moved since the beginning of the fight, if this even was a fight. All the same, at this point, Serena was nearly sure that it was attacking her. Those whips of movement lacerated the walls with visual tumors and kept her at a distance, fast enough that Serena couldn't afford to look away, even as she continued to stare in the poison. She was certain of it now. This wasn't as bad as it had been during the interrogation, during their time with the GID. Had the blur gotten weaker, lost its potency? No, she couldn't imagine that. The only other thing she could think of was that they had a resistance to it now. A bitter feeling tugged at her heart. Why couldn't this have come about before this monster had shredded Jakob's mind apart? Only, perhaps that was what was needed. Theirs had been a relatively unique situation. One other body could come back for round 2 after having its mind disintegrated. Serena kicked off the wall, darting towards the blur with a dagger of stray metals in her hand. Even if she couldn't perceive it, this thing definitely had a physical form. If she could stab it, it could bleed. If it could bleed, it could die. Only it saw her coming.
Fun fact, it is saying stuff, like, I know what it's saying, but you'll never know.
What is it saying, then?
I'll never tell you. The number of letters and stuff, maybe people can guess it from that, but...
What do you want me to say for
I don't know,
it,
it's just a fun fact, it's not...
Bear with me. I don't know. That was as far as my guess went.
Maybe discuss it in the chat.
I wonder if I put this through Zalgo if I get stuff based on...
You won't get anything off Zalgo, as long as it's just a visual effect.
Fuck. Well, tell us.
No.
Okay. Its screech howl roared, the echoing sound like retaliatory knives in Serena's ears. Immediately she was knocked down to the ground, her dagger flying from her grip and thudding against the wall. She tried to get up, but an involuntary spasm twisted her legs. I also notice all its words are 4 letters or 2, which is interesting. Maybe it speaks in, like, octets. Her dagger flying from her grip and thudding against the wall. I saw you edited the letters. What the fuck?
No, sorry, I did it by accident. I ended it.
Oh. She tried to get up, but an involuntary spasm twisted her legs, bringing her right back down again before the blur. She strained to turn her head upwards towards it. She couldn't afford to let it move unseen, even as she felt bloody tears of protest slip out from behind her eyes. This resistance, it could only do so much. Back then, she realized, Jakob had been destroyed by just the passive effects of this thing existing. It hadn't actually been attacking them. Now, Serena realized, and now this was it. Now it was definitely fighting her. Now it was definitely killing her. I thought this thing interrogated them, did it not?
Well, they put it in... No, it was an interrogation tool. It wasn't interrogator.
Oh, they just put it in a room with them.
Yeah.
This time, she managed to witness it prepare to attack. An extension of...
Form, that should be, sorry.
Yeah, you're good. An extension of form like a tendril, slowly rising into the air, slowly aiming for the point right between her eyeballs. She could perceive and understand its intent at last. It didn't want to corrode her now. It wanted to delete her. Had she gotten cocky? Was this stupidity displayed something that could be written off as mere arrogance? Or was this something she'd thought she deserved, for letting Jakob take the pain for her last time? If there was any consolation, it was that she maybe hadn't doomed Bruno as well. She'd carried his sleeping mind into this stupid fight, but she hadn't doomed him. When the blur destroyed Jakob, the resistance they'd developed had been enough to withstand it for a time. Once it destroyed Serena, maybe the resistance would be enough to let Bruno finish this thing off. Or at least escape. Serena Delcet closed her eyes. Sorry, well, hold on, I don't know who this character is that's speaking. No! Sorry, Bruno. But where's Serena? I thought she was speaking. Is this the Black Blur talking? But her quirk, she would never give it up. I don't believe this. This is false characterization. Fix it. She wouldn't.
She did.
No! This whole time it's been an act? I don't believe it.
People, she does it. She consciously does it.
Listen. You can't do this. It's too sad. It's too sad if you do it like that. You have to fix this. I'm sorry.
No.
I can't allow it.
No. Continue.
Viewers are with me. This is my protest.
They don't know about this yet. It's like Watchmen. It's like you really. It's like
I'm fighting for every viewer. Every viewer. This is my Serena agenda. I won't allow it. I won't allow you to change her memory. The agenda is she would never, in the face of any adversity, give up her italics.
She just did. She
you know what?
In for a second.
I'm the one reading. I don't have to obey your rules.
Okay, well,
sorry, Bruno.
No.
The Black Blur lunged for her.
You're in the story. Aetheral Space is over.
How did I ruin the story?
The story's over. This is the last chapter.
Is it? Is it?
Well, I'm to rewrite it now.
You have a weak will. I'm still thinking about our names. Oh, yeah? Attack and defense. Who picked them? I didn't pick mine. Did you pick yours? Did Jakob pick them? I don't think anyone picked them. It's just what we are. A sword doesn't need anyone to tell it it's a sword, and a shield doesn't need anyone to tell it it's a shield. I don't like them. You don't like your name or mine. I don't like either of them. They're not names at all, they're functions. I'm not defense. I do more stuff than that. I think and feel. I'm not a shield, and you're not a sword. Attack? Are you still there? Yeah, I'm still here. You think we should be called something else, then? I do. We have that right. Okay. What should we be called, then? Defense? Are you still there? Can you pick for me? I'm not sure. It's scary. Sure. I'll be called Serena. That was quick. It's a nice name. It means I'm tranquil, like a monk or something. And I like the way it ends with ah, so it's like you're singing when you say it. Okay. You're Serena, then. Who am I? You're Bruno. Why Bruno? It sounds funny. You shouldn't pick names for other people because you think they're funny. This is a serious thing, you know. I mean it. Fine. Sorry. I was just kidding. You can be... I'm Bruno. Oh? You already picked it, right? So it's fine. Yeah. I'm Bruno. The Black Blur lunged for her. Perfect parry! And was caught inches away from his face. Hands off my sister! Bruno snarled. Oh, now all his words are emphasized. Look at that! Look at that. Never mind. The story is back, everybody. Never mind. We fixed it. He doubted. This is the cycle. This is the cycle every cheat. Danoni apology form. Can someone make that as a meme? I was not familiar with Aether.
It's already floating around somewhere.
Oh, it's like the cycle with Fujimoto and Chainsaw Man. His hand reached out, forming a barrier, and her hand reached out, folding it into a sword. To tell the truth, both of them were expecting the fight to continue on into a true dance now that they were united. But that wasn't the case. Once Bruno and Serena seized hold of the world-thin sword, all it took was a single slash to part the fuck. That's right, that's my agenda. See? You doubted me when I said this last chapter, but I was right.
Well, obviously, I didn't doubt you, because obviously you were just right.
Yeah!
I'm the one who made you right.
I'm playing the fucking Sigma music in my head.
You're at, like, my opinions are subjective.
I'm already playing shitty, like, Sigma edits on TikTok of this. It's like that conversation that's like, and it's like flashing the same 3 frames. Bruno and Serena doing the fold. Oh! I'm sorry, Black who? Black who? That's what I thought. Oh my god. They'd become stronger than this thing a long time ago. A corpse stood in front of them, inhumanly tall, inhumanly thin, and inhumanly pale. Hair of gray wheat hung from its head, covering its face, and a faded beta mark decorated the back of its spider-like hand. That's a beta, right?
Yeah.
It's like a B with a line, yeah. Slowly, a thin red line opened up across its bare chest, the 2 segments of the Awakening's body slowly but surely sliding apart. It looked down at the wound. "Thanks," it said. And then, without another word, it fell back on the ground and shattered into dust.
Surprisingly upbeat.
That was pretty good. Oh, I loved this so much. This is gonna mean so much to empathy. This is a good one. But we don't have any more questions, do we? Because our fans hate us.
There's one question. We've got a question.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Rock Shark loves us. Rock Shark asks, does Panacea from other planets have their own version of Pan/Red Pan?
So, ones that are grown outside of Panacea, when they are grown, are basically inert, in that they have the properties of Panacea, but naturally do not have the consciousness inside it.
Well, let's say you were to hypothetically take some existing Panacea and grow it on another planet that's not like the sterile form. Could it become a new entity?
It sort of I suppose it could. It's possible. There's possibility. But by default,
the new blue.
Naturally, it would not. Naturally, it would just be like a plant without a mind, a fungus.
What if I took Pan and I taught her a splitter ability like Bruno and Serena?
I don't know.
What if she became Pandel said?
Well, we've seen this already. We've seen Pan and Red Pan.
Yeah, Pandel said.
No.
Pan and Dead Boy Pan? Look, all I'm saying is that the nature of Panacea's existence makes it having any kind of set ability very funny. That's all I'm gonna say about the matter. Okay. Yeah, we don't have any other questions, or Lord. You want to tell us what the Black Blair was saying?
No, I want you guys to think. Well, it doesn't really matter, but
can you not tell us because it's lore secret, or can you not tell us because you're being Tan Honey?
Okay, well, when it's freaking out the whole time, basically.
Oh, is it like, don't hurt me? Oh, that's
like,
exactly what it said. I just realized, don't hurt me. What? I assume only it saw her coming. I assume it was saying, don't hurt me there.
Initially, it's like, huh, who's there, or something like that. And then it's like, had a Diavolo freak out, like, get away from me, when it used the attack that sent Serena down.
Oh. No. It's just a guy.
Just a testament guy.
See, we really needed this moment. You know what this moment was for Bruno, right?
What?
I don't know if this was intentionally inspired by it. This was like Garfield's moment when he finally got over the...
He was like, well done.
Yeah. He got past his mental block. He's locked in. It is really funny to me that Bruno's just his name because it's funny, though.
There was
it doesn't have any deeper meaning.
The previously as well, I don't know if you noticed this in the last chapter, but when the Black Blur spoke, I accidentally left in what it said and had to quickly edit it during the video.
Oh, what did it say before?
Before it said, I reckon when she was leaving, it was like, come home safe.
Is it like still a guy?
Oh, it's an A for Awakening. You can't like perceive what it's doing, but it's still doing stuff.
So, what was the Black Blur's like Aether Wish that kept it going?
Well, it's just it had a strong connection with its Aether core, and that sort of kept it going once it died.
What was its core?
Because of the nature of like the where it came from as well, it naturally is more related to Aether than normal humans.
Oh. What was his score?
Core would have been something like fear.
Oh, that's sad. This is a sad series. You should make it happier. Have you thought about have you thought about a happy side arc? Where Dragon
this
goes
is the
to
happy
Disney
side arc.
It is.
No.
You mean the in chapter 4 when we had to watch the hypothetical where all the characters we like died?
But they didn't die.
That's why it's happy.
Exactly. He became sad, and then your mood increased again. So that's happiness, right?
Yeah, the net happiness in the world
it's
increased.
So fucked up. It's like I can't imagine like someone being happy. I can only imagine someone being sad and then stopping being sad, and that's what I think happiness is.
Wow, story of my life. All right.
Like my idea of like a happy person is a neutral person.
All right. I think we leave it off there. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.